Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the TechRichGames podcast. My name is iAreCade, and I am joined today for our 1-year anniversary podcast special with Chezizzle and King Koopa.
Yay!
Yeah, so happy 1-year anniversary to the podcast. We started off talking about a Call of Duty beta, and a year later, it's going to be a Call of Duty beta topic.
It's that time of year.
We come full circle. That's how we'll keep track of the anniversaries, man. It's Call of Duty time.
Pretty easy to remember.
But besides Call of Duty, we're going to also be talking about the PlayStation 5, which since our last podcast has been revealed both in physical form and also the home screen hub and the UI, and also talking about a little bit of a delay for a specific game that was supposed to be coming out the week after the launch. But starting off the podcast, like we like to do, what have you guys been playing since the last time?
You go first, Cooper.
Lately, I've been playing Mario 3D All-Stars. Is that what it's called? I've been playing Sunshine a lot. I beat it again for the 16th time, possibly. Let's see. I played the beta and the alpha quite a lot. That's probably... Oh, yeah, and I recently downloaded Far Cry New Dawn. I had never played it, and I got it on sale, and I've always wanted to beat it, so I've been playing that as well.
Nice.
Gotcha. Cool deal. Chaz, what about you?
I picked up an Oculus Quest 2 last week. So I've been playing a lot of Beat Saber and Tetris Effect and ping pong. Pretty much just diving into the whole VR world. And
Cool.
it's fucking cool. I like VR. I wish I would have gotten a headset a long time ago, but better late than never.
Nice. Yeah. Whenever I'm able to make a trip back down home, I'll have
Oh
to
yeah,
try that.
dude. It's wild. Especially the ping pong game. The ping pong game, it feels like you're legit playing ping pong. It's crazy.
I'm gonna suck at it
That is the
regardless.
point.
I'm terrible.
Yeah,
at
but you
ping pong.
think it being a VR ping pong, it wouldn't feel right, but it feels like you're playing ping pong. Technology's crazy.
Yeah, I've never tried any VR,
Yeah.
so it'll be
Definitely.
new to me, regardless. But as far as myself, pretty much the same as Cooper. I've been playing Super Mario 3D All Stars. I dove into Sunshine first because Sunshine is
That's
gay,
right.
and
The best one of the three.
you're right. And Galaxy's overrated.
Oh my God! Both
also-
of y'all.
Oh,
Cooper,
yeah.
Cooper told me today that Galaxy sucks. Yeah. Oh my God! I can't do it. I can't do this
Dude, well,
podcast
okay,
anymore.
I'll say this. It doesn't translate well.
I'll
And
say
it's-
this. They should have put Galaxy 2 in the fucking.
Yeah, I agree.
That
It
too.
doesn't-
They
I
could
don't
have done
think-
that. At least give us
I
the
don't
full
think
package.
it sucks. I just think it's... I don't know, the movement is bad compared to Sunshine.
You think Sunshine's good?
You're
Oh
the
my
only
God.
one who
Yeah.
doesn't think Sunshine's good, dude. That's the
Dude.
funniest part.
No, a lot of people don't like Sunshine. Y'all are the weird ones.
Okay,
I don't believe you.
The biggest criticism I'd have with Sunshine would be the secret levels or whatever, the ones that you got to do without flood.
Oh, yeah, that's my
Those-
only complaint about that game.
That's probably the biggest gripe I
I'm-
have with it. Other than that, I enjoy it.
I
'Cause I'm-
promised to replay it because I haven't played it since GameCube, but I didn't like it back in the day. But I will replay it.
I was gonna say because I'm really bad at platforming. I used to be god at it when I was little, but I'm bad at it now that I'm older. So yeah, those levels are ass for me.
Yeah, there's just for Galaxy, for me, I don't know. I think it's just I have no depth perception with that game. I don't know when I need to
Yeah.
jump or any
That's what
kind
I'm
of
saying.
other
The movement's
bullshit,
bad.
'cause,
The gravity was bad in that game.
Yeah.
The movement overall is just really wonky. If I could describe it like that, I guess. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Also, I feel Galaxy's made to be played with a nunchuck, so
Yeah, that's
that might be
another-
another
You're right.
reason.
Now, I think it is playable with the two Joy-Cons,
is.
so that might be the way to go
Maybe.
about it. But it's impossible to play with a
Yeah,
Pro.
now that
yeah.
I'm thinking about it, it might not be that fun with a Pro Controller or with a Joy-Con.
No, I tried
That's-
for 2 minutes and I was like, nah, this is impossible. So then I had to play with the. Well, actually, me and Rhett because Rhett was over that weekend, and we tried playing like a 2-player thing. Didn't realize like second player only does like the shooting the star.
Yeah,
or
which
whatever,
you
and,
don't
like,
ever
them.
do really in that game.
No,
you don't need to do that ever.
You feed like a Luma here and there.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. It's pointless. And I was gonna beat Galaxy like twice, like with Luigi and then with Mario, but then I was just like, I was telling the chat today actually, like I was playing it at work and I'm just like, all right, okay, I'm playing it, and then after a while I'm just like, you know what, fuck this, I don't want to beat this game.
Yeah, I mean, I need to actually get into it. I only played like a little bit of it, like maybe we probably played for like maybe 2 hours or so. So we just kind of scratched the surface. We didn't really scratch the surface at all. We kind of just tried it out for a little bit, and then we switched back to Sunshine because nostalgia purposes.
Odyssey's better than all of them, so
that I will agree with. Odyssey is the best Mario.
Today's the
3D game
3-year anniversary of it.
Damn, that game's already been out for 3 years.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Damn,
I didn't.
We're
think it was that
old.
long. Time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun. Or you're stuck in a pandemic.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
I didn't
true.
get to beat it yet, but I will be beating it. I'm actually gonna be starting it tomorrow. A friend of mine's letting me borrow it, so.
Yay.
Nice. Other than that, I've played a bit of Pokemon Sword and Shield since the new DLC had dropped on Friday as we're recording. So I've been playing that a bit. Really enjoying the new DLC for that. Breathes new life to the game compared to the last DLC, which was pretty lackluster. This one's pretty fun. And then also, I was trying to find something on PlayStation to kind of just play a little bit, and I went back to Persona 5, which I never finished, along with numerous games I've never finished.
Yeah.
So I won't finish it obviously before PS5 launch, but it's playable on the PS5 anyway. So
Persona 5 is?
Yeah, it's one of those included in the collection.
Well, it's like a very small list that can't be played on PS5, huh?
That too. If otherwise it's backwards compatible. Right. But then there's also some that are free with the collection. That's like
also like some of the games that are even on that list that are backwards compatible are really fucking random. That like don't work. I'm saying.
A lot of them are just very obscure.
Like one of them was
I never even.
One of them was an Afro Samurai game, which is an anime, and I didn't even know they had a game for. And I was just like, okay then.
Yeah, I think the last Afro Samurai game that I knew of was on PS3 because I remember seeing it at GameStop.
Damn, that's wild.
I don't know. Anyway, that's what I've been playing, those 3 games, and that's kind of it. Just waiting on that PS5 to come.
They were like 2 weeks away.
System's paid off, headsets paid off. Just waiting on the system launch date.
So excited.
Also, I also pre-ordered Black Ops and Miles Morales, so I got those for.
We should probably say we all got pre-orders somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 of them, so I was able to give one to Cooper's girlfriend.
Yep, shout out for Chaz for that. And also, I got mine from an ancient place that no one goes to anymore. It's a place called GameStop.
Both of y'all did.
Yeah, mine's at a GameStop too.
Oh, that's true. I forgot. Oh, damn. And you know what? I'm not gonna rip on GameStop too much. They came in clutch with my guaranteed pre-order that I get the same day it comes out. So.
You know who I will rip on is Target, because our friend Chris.
got
fucked over by Target really bad. He had a pre-order. They told him he needed to change his payment or something, so he went to change it and it didn't work. So he had to call the call center, and the call center is obviously overseas because that's how companies do it. And there was a language barrier, and the lady canceled his pre-order, so now he doesn't have a PS5.
Wow.
That's what you get for overseas call centers and that kind of stuff.
But yeah, so we all got our PS5s pre-ordered. Those will be in 2 weeks, pretty much, as of recording. What games do y'all have besides Call of Duty? I'm assuming.
I'm pretty much gonna get Miles Morales and COD, and then we're gonna talk about it later, and then just Cyberpunk. Those are gonna be my 3 games.
I mean, we can talk about it now. Might as well. It's a good segue.
Yeah.
So I'm focusing on Call of Duty because that's for lack of a better word, the persistent game I guess that I play throughout its lifespan. I go back and forth between that and other games continuously. Always. So it's going to be that, and then my single-player focus is going to be Miles Morales first, and then probably Assassin's Creed and Demon Souls afterwards.
Also, when is Miles Morales coming out?
Launch
day.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
It's real cool.
Now,
you go.
Now, Call of Duty actually comes out
Yeah,
the
the
Friday
day after, which is
because the system releases on the Thursday and Call of Duty's
which I think
okay.
is I think that's so cool because you remember for PS4 with Ghost, like we had Ghost for like a month, and we
which I didn't buy it on
and
PS3,
it was trash on
so
it was trash on PS3.
I had it on 360, so I couldn't even do anything to where like going from 360 to PS4 to where like I can buy it and then upgrade for like $10 more. I couldn't do that because it was different companies. So
I remember Ghost
never
was
got
trash on PS3, but then I ended up really liking it on PS4. So I'm glad we don't have like that, like we're gonna be playing it on PS4 and PS5. Like it pretty much launches with COD, so that's sick.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be pretty dope that it's gonna be cross-gen, so like people who can't adopt it day one can still play the game with people.
Yeah, cross-gen, cross-play, everything.
Cross-platform, a whole bunch of stuff.
What a time to be alive. Remember when back in the day when it's like, we're never going to be able to play with Xbox players. Never. And then Fortnite opened the gate and Rocket League, and now everyone can do it. It's fucking great.
I'm just ready.
I have my gripe sometimes playing against PC, though, because it's just too different the way you play. Speaking of the PS5, let's get into the UI, which actually the system has been physically released, so we know exactly what it looks like and everything. Which for the longest time, I think since our last recording, we didn't know what it looked like. I think we just knew about the controller.
Yeah, we didn't know what it looked like. We didn't know the price. We didn't know the release date.
Yeah, because it's been a while. But the UI, which is really what I wanted to know most about, like how the system works, was finally revealed a couple weeks ago, and they showed off kind of the connectivity between parties and people, and then also how easy it is to go back and forth between games, and also some cool activities and options that you can have with these things called cards in the control center. So the control center, just kind of like on PS4, if you own a PS4, if you hold down the PlayStation button, it'll show like a menu on the left side. However, this time around, they say it's just a tap. So instead of holding it down, you can just tap it and the control center pops up from the bottom. And it's like a bottom bar of like these different cards, and each card does a different thing. So there's some of them that are activities. Some of them are like goal or trophy progressions, screen captures, all kinds of stuff. So it's your one-stop shop for everything that you need basically to do in a way, just at the type of
and it all looks like hella clean, like all the cards and shit. Like I really like the way everything looks. Like I was kind of worried that it would be kind of all like jumbled and kind of similar to how the Xbox was kind of hard to find everything, but this seems pretty good, like the way it's laid out and everything.
I think it looks beautiful. I'm excited as hell.
Yeah, because like I love the cross media bar, like the way it is on the PS4. It's pretty much perfect. And I didn't really want them to change too much of it, so I'm glad they're not really changing that much. But it just like
it's kind of reminiscent of the cross media bar as far as like how it looks when it pops.
At the bottom and everything.
Instead of seeing like you'll still show at the bottom. I think at the very bottom it still shows like parties, messages, stuff like that, and then you have the cards that are a little bigger that come up to maybe about just shy of halfway of the screen, the bottom half of the screen. You'll have the cards with the different progressions. You'll see like this activity has 60% of its goal completed, and then if you click on it, it'll show you like how much longer you have in-game time to complete it. So it might show like you have 10 minutes left in game before you complete this. There's some of them that are also level specific. So like for example, on the reveal, they were showing off Little Big Planet. Well, not Little Big Planet, but Sackboy's Big Adventure, which has different levels, kind of like an old school Mario.
Yeah, like a 3D Mario.
A 2D Mario has different levels, and you can jump between levels depending on the card that you choose. So if this activity is in this level, you can go from that level, from what you were doing, and hop into that level and start that. So without leaving the actual game or hopping back into the main menu or level select, you can just click the card and go right into it.
I love that these both of these consoles are just really focused on like getting to whatever you're trying to do really fast. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
I just hope it stays fast, because the PS4 was fast when it came out. It ain't fast no more. So like, I'm hoping it stays fast, because since it has a SSD, I think it will. But I really like how snappy everything is.
For sure. Yeah, and that was always a problem with PlayStation in general, though, was that
PS3 was the worst.
It was always very slow. Everything was always very slow, even compared to Xbox. Navigating everything was always super slow.
Yep.
Even when we thought it was fast. But as you get used to it, you're like, oh, it's really not that fast.
And if you have a dynamic theme and your PS4 is pretty old now, oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shit, even on the new Slim models, it's slow with a dynamic theme, because I have the Last of Us theme from Outbreak Day. The one with the boat, like basically the end screen with the boat at Catalina
We don't want
Island.
to talk about that game. That game's trash. Remember?
Oh yeah. We'll save that for the game of the year. But yeah, that dynamic theme, I had it too, and yeah, my PS4 ran like trash when I had it on.
Yeah. The other big thing to note with the cards is that you'll be able to pin the cards to the side of the screen or have a picture-in-picture mode, which is actually very similar to what the Xbox One currently already does. Is they'll have like an achievement or a progression bar or whatever that you can snap onto the side of your screen and track it as you go. Now, the cool thing about this compared to the Xbox One is that you'll actually have, you can actually look up like a tutorial in a way, or a guide to show you where these things are or how to complete a certain objective. And those videos can be played on that pin screen on the side that you have, or in that picture-in-picture mode, which is actually really cool, because that's awesome, especially for someone who's a trophy hunter. They don't have to leave their system. They can just do it all right there without having to look at their computer or their phone. It's all
I think that's definitely good for people that like play in their living rooms. You know, I won't really use it because I have my PC right here in front of me. So if I need something, I'm just gonna look it up on my computer. But for like if you're in a big living room and you need to look up something, or you need to see how something's done, like that's gonna be way helpful instead of having to look it up or whatever.
Yeah, that's also a great feature.
Yeah, I'm excited for that because I like my trophies. So.
We forgot to mention they like changed trophies, the levels and all.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like completely different.
Actually, the same day, I believe.
So, I think I'm like level I don't know. I forgot.
I'm like 2 something. I'm still in the bronze tier.
Yeah, I'm bronze, but
like prior to the new update, I was like level 14.
Hey, bro, if you combine all like 20 of your PSN accounts trophies, you'll probably be like gold level. I don't know. You had a lot of trophies.
I had a lot on PS3, but all those PS3 profiles were all Call of Duty related, so I didn't have trophies in any of those. The only one I had was when I created the new iAreCade accounts, because I had the platinum in Spider-Man. I had almost all the trophies in Sekiro, and I had some other like random trophies of other games that I played during that time, but that was really about it. I'm just missing like those 2 games.
We should all get a platinum relatively soon, because I'm sure we're all gonna platinum Miles Morales.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
And also because I'm focusing on playing like one game really at a time when it comes to the PS5, instead of buying like all 5 games I want to play at launch. I'm kind of buying one, finishing it, and then moving on to another one. So it's like I kind of want to take my time with that game, try to get all that I can out of it, move on to the next one. So I'm probably going to try to get more trophies, more than I have been as of late. I'm also looking forward to going back to the roots.
Oh yeah, I'm excited, man.
Trophy hunting. Yeah, that's one of the most exciting things about the new gen console, is like that fresh start.
I just looked it up because I didn't know what their release date was. So Watch Dogs comes out this Friday. So I'm assuming it's gonna be day one on the PS5.
Yeah, it's gonna be
nice.
And it's gonna be compatible. So if you have it on PS4, it is gonna be compatible on PS5. So actually, you can technically get it $10 cheaper that way. Same thing with Assassin's Creed, because Assassin's Creed launches the week prior to the system.
So both of those games are going to be available at launch.
Correct.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, Ubisoft has some big hitters at launch, just between those two.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely playing Watch Dogs. Cooper's definitely playing Assassin's Creed, so we'll definitely
I'm definitely playing Watch Dogs.
I'm definitely going to want to play both of them, but I don't know when I'm going to play them.
Yeah, same, because I mean, I'm kind of wanted to wait for COD.
Yeah. Because I kind of thought about getting Assassin's Creed prior, but I was like, well, it's only going to be like 2 days or like a week or so. And then Watch Dogs is kind of something that like I'll probably wait for that one. I'm not like really itching to get into
I'll definitely
it.
play it though.
But I'm
hyped for Watch Dogs. So
Me too.
since Cyberpunk got delayed, I'm probably gonna get Watch Dogs and launch now that I know that it's on launch day.
And then Chad is gonna.
For some reason, I thought it was coming out in like January or something.
He's gonna tell me how awesome it is, and then convince me to get
Far
it.
Cry. Far Cry.
Okay.
Like at the beginning of the year, which is the other Ubisoft.
Damn,
I was about to say that. I was about to mention Far Cry because I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, because that's coming out around my birthday in February.
They have a lot of games coming out.
Pretty big titles. Yeah, dude. That's why I was like, I'm cool with Cyberpunk being delayed till December. So because we have all these games coming out.
I do have,
which is mind blowing compared to last console launch where like there was like no games.
No, you're right.
Dude,
we had
got delayed to December 10th.
Call of Duty,
Cyberpunk,
Madden, NBA, Killzone, Knack, Assassin's Creed Black Flags. And like Just Dance and Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Dude,
like, that was
the best PS4 launch game was the Resogun. Think about that.
Really
like that was legit the best
Black
game.
Flags though, Black Flags is probably still up there as far as Assassin's Creed's. Might be my favorite. It's competing kind of with 2 and Brotherhood though, but it's up there and it's really good. And I played that.
Black Flag's probably the Assassin's Creed I got the farthest in, so that's got to say something about it.
Hey, that's something. But yeah, this launch is gonna be way better because I feel like we were just like we were hurting for games. I remember because that was also before like the big spring push, like when developers were releasing more and more games in like February and March. So like we didn't have anything until March when Infamous came out. And then we didn't have anything later until I think maybe May. There might have been another game, and then nothing until like that following.
Yeah, it took a while for the
like,
PS4.
Yeah, that first year was rough.
And it's still sold like a fucking hotcakes.
Yeah, but you couldn't play anything that you had on other consoles unless you kept the console.
Yeah.
So there's that. Going back to the PS5. Overall, it seemed like it was really trying to focus more on, like we said, kind of like the speed of everything, being able to connect to your friends relatively quickly, being able to screen share, join parties, join games very easily. You don't have to worry about going back to the home screen, closing out the app, reopening another app. It's all right there. As if you get like an invite to a game, you can join and then like almost immediately.
Yeah, like you're instantly in matchmaking or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, it's gonna be pretty quick, and I'm looking.
The coolest thing about the quick resume shit is that it even works when you turn off the console. Like that's wild.
So like how compared to like right now?
Okay, let's say you're playing Miles Morales, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get off, and you turn off the PS5. When you turn your PS5 back on, you're gonna instantly, if you have quick resume on or whatever, you're gonna instantly be back quick resume. Like it's gonna be fast. Like it's not like you don't have to load up the whole game or everything. It's gonna be already loaded up and shit.
Pretty much how rest mode is now.
Yeah, I remember. Like they used to have like maybe like like when you would start an app and like it would have like a static picture of
like it's just gonna instantly load
kind of like in the background of it. I got you. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's just crazy that it works even after turning the the console off. Like I don't know how that works, but cool.
Yeah, and then also they're trying to focus also on like the create feature. So kind of like the options that they had on the PS4 controller, to where like you hold it down and you can like record and then screenshot or whatever. All of that now is like one button that you just tap and then select what you want to do. Like it just seems like everything is like at a tap of a button instead of like holding it down, waiting a certain amount of time before that menu pops up, and then doing that and it kicks.
And going into like 3 menus deep to find what you need.
Exactly, yeah. And it looks nice. And then like the home screen itself is really nice. It's clean. It's kind of there is some similarities between the PS4 and the PS5. Is like whenever you're hovered over like a game, it'll show like the overview of the game of like friends that are playing it, current updates and news for the game, trophies, all that kind of stuff. So it's very similar but snappier, more
It's just all around a
looks
cleaner
nice,
looking UI.
Yeah, looks more modern. Also, the store is integrated into the home screen.
Thank the Lord.
Thank you, Shuhei. Finally. Because, dude, the PlayStation Store was always so fucking bad.
So fucking slow.
Always. Going back to PS3, to the Vita, to the PS4, it's always been terrible. It's always been slow. And it would take forever to load everything. If your game is on resume, you couldn't ever load the PlayStation Store unless you had like God internet.
Or if you had to search for something, half the time you couldn't find what the fuck you were trying to search for.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really happy to see that, and it looks like it's.
Do y'all remember the PlayStation Store before it had the keyboard and you had to use the fucking letters and scroll through the letters?
It's still like that.
No, you have a keyboard now.
No, the PS3 had it to where like you had to, it does. If you go to search, it does. But it was like it was a little different. But I know what Cooper's talking about.
like now you have the keyboard you pull up and type. Back then,
I'm pretty sure I don't.
Well, then your shit's fucked up.
I'm pretty sure I stopped the scrolling shit.
Yeah, you scroll up and down to get the letter you want, like it's like you trying to do a secret combination to unlock shit.
Like I'm looking up the secret ingredient to Ovaltine or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and sometimes it made looking for certain DLCs like impossible.
Or like for instance, when you needed to download the Cold War beta, you type in COD, you type in Call of Duty, you type in beta, you type in Cold War beta, and then like
every Call of Duty thing known to man's, and it's still gonna have like Advanced Warfare DLC packs, like that no one's used for the past like decade, and it's like, bro,
I'm looking for the Cold War beta, man. Come on now.
Yeah, it's like, why? And then if you type in cold, it'll have everything that comes with cold, like movies and everything included, and it's a mess. But it seems like their focus is on just making everything run smooth, quick, very connected, without having to really waste any of your patience at all. So I appreciate it, because time is precious, and I don't want to spend it waiting 5 minutes for the PlayStation Store to load so I can go buy something or download.
Yeah, it already takes me 20 hours to download a game, so I don't need more than 20 hours in 5 minutes.
Exactly. I don't know if there's any other remarks or anything like that y'all have.
No, not really.
Yeah, I think we covered most of it. But moving along to something else that within the last podcast had come out, actually not once, not twice, but 3 times, which was the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. God damn, that's a mouthful. Beta and alpha. It wasn't even over. Beta and alpha had released, which the alpha came out first to PlayStation 4 users who had, I think, pre-ordered it, and then the beta followed 2 weeks later for those who also had pre-ordered it, and then also the following weekend was for all people, I believe. I think it was open beta for anyone on PS5, Xbox, and PC.
PS4.
No, I think PC and Xbox might have been pre-orders only, because I remember scrolling through Twitter and people had codes, and I was like, why do you need a code? And then I realized like it wasn't open for Xbox and PC for some reason. So who wants to go first with some impressions? I mean, first off, I guess let's say, so the alpha and the beta definitely changed over time. The alpha had a lot of stuff already unlocked to where you can play freely, where the beta more focused on the kind of natural progression through the game, like how it would be from launch, leveling from level 1 to the temporary max, which was level 40, progressing your guns as well from level 1 to whatever, unlocking all the attachments, kill streaks, perks, all that kind of stuff. They had different game modes. They had your base multiplayer maps, which was your 6v6 maps. They also had 12v12 and like 24 maps and all kinds of stuff.
I didn't even try any of that.
Yeah, I played maybe 2 matches of the kind of ground war, which was like on that boat.
Yeah.
That they showed,
I remember that.
And then they had another one which was called Dirty Bomb, which was kind of like a squad of 4. It was very Warzone-esque. It was a group of 4, and you were playing your team of 4 against other groups of 4, and they had like 12 groups of 4 or whatever, and like you were trying to collect uranium or some shit and like import it into this bomb and have it detonate, and then like you scored so many points. I don't know. It was confusing as fuck. It was fucking weird. But otherwise, there was 4 main maps in 6v6, which is Satellite, Moscow, Miami, and Cartel. So we were gonna focus on that because that's usually what we focus
we
more
mainly
on.
played 6v6.
That's usually our forte is the 6v6 more so than the.
We're old
war
school
kind of
COD
shit.
boys.
Yeah, we've been playing for millennia. So when we're talking about multiplayer, we're mostly talking about that. So there might be some differences between the 6v6 maps and those maps, but specifically we're focusing on those 4 maps. So if there's anything that you might see differently or may experience differently, because I think snipers had some bullet drop in those bigger maps, but they don't have it in normal multiplayer. That's kind of why. But I guess maybe we can start going through each map and then also talk about overall like gunplay and movement and kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess first off, let's talk about the movement and kind of just like the game mechanics
And
in
how
general
it's already
compared to-
broken by pros.
Yeah. So slide canceling is back, of course, just like in Modern Warfare, and sliding is super powerful. They did nerf it a little bit from the alpha. The alpha looked like you were playing Gears of War, bouncing back and forth between walls, sliding and stuff. Where this one, it's not as bad, but it's still probably more powerful than Modern Warfare.
Oh yeah, definitely with
The speed's a little quicker.
when I forgot what the people like. It's not a G slide, but it's similar. Like
It's a mix between a slide cancel
Yeah,
and a
it's
G
like-
slide.
and like if you can master
So
it, you can fly,
have the
bro.
speed of a G slide, but the way you use it is just the same as a slide cancel. Like that double tap. I can physically do it with my hands, but I can't think of how to actually communicate it.
Yeah,
words.
it's like slide,
It's
cancel,
like a double
slide,
tap, slide,
yeah.
and then jump at the same time. I don't know,
But it's weird because once you get the hang of it, you just do it naturally. And like I was just doing it all
like,
around the map.
I was trying to do that in Overwatch the other day. Like it just became that secondhand nature.
A lot of people don't like
I was
that
like-
they have that kind of stuff in the game, but I think it adds like more of a skill gap.
Oh, definitely.
So they're gonna end
For
up
sure.
patching it like they did with G slides and everything else.
Rest in
But
peace.
I think it's cool, especially when you see the pros that can do it way better than any of us, and they're fucking flying like it's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
sick.
I think it is pretty awesome.
Yeah, their move, like my movement is like can't even come close to their movement.
Yeah,
Like our movements is probably a little better than like the most average Call of Duty player, just because we've been playing it for so long. But like you go and see these pros and they're just like flying around the map, and you're just like, how do I even move that fast?
yeah, like doesn't even make sense, but I think it's cool.
Yeah, and their fingers are able to do things I can only imagine.
Yeah. Hey,
Giggity. Now, getting onto the guns. Overall, I'd say all the guns were pretty powerful.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a single gun that like was worthless.
I felt.
I think
I mean, I know people are gonna freak out, but I thought everything was pretty balanced. Besides the M16 one bursting, if you had that marksman, what's it called,
I'd
attachment?
say so, yeah. And shotguns are broken. They need to patch those.
Yeah.
They should not be able to shoot as far and accurate without ADSing. at
Still
all.
not as bad as
Like,
Modern Warfare.
Maybe so, because they're semi-automatic compared to the 725, which was a double barrel, and you have more than 2 bullets.
Yeah, true. I guess you're right.
So yeah, the spaz was
Yeah.
busted. The Mauer or whatever, the pump shotgun, I think it wasn't as bad. It was still super powerful, but that spaz was just disgusting. Like I hated coming across that. In almost every match you get in, there's like 3 people using it on the other team.
Yeah, I had quite a few matches with them using it.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing also is like snipers were I think snipers were definitely nerfed since the alpha. The alpha, they were all busted. But the thing about the snipers also is that there's no flinch.
Right.
So even if you're getting shot at, you can still headshot people while you're ADS'd. Which, even though I love sniping, that's a little broken, and I think it needs to be fixed.
Oh yeah.
If I'm ADS'd, quick scoping is a little different because that's a whole different hit register and everything. But ADS, you need some flinch. Like that's a little busted. But other than that, I mean, I enjoyed using what's the Uzi called? The Milano?
Something like that.
The Milano MP5, XM4 was still fun to use. Krig was good. Like M16, like you said, was busted. Diaz would enjoy that gun if he ends up playing it.
You got a PS5. Let's see if he plays it.
Good joke.
Oh, he did. All right, we'll see. We'll see if
I
he
keep
plays.
telling him to
He'll
just give it
probably
to
play at
Chris.
lunch with us, and that's about it. Like he does every Call of
Yeah,
Duty.
we'll see. I'm trying to think how many days y'all think after launch it'll take before he hooks it up.
Oh, it's gonna be a while.
I give it a month.
I
Yeah.
give him at least till December, the end of the month before he stops playing it.
Yeah, definitely.
I really.
He's only gonna pick it back up when Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, you're right.
He's gonna play Call of Duty for a week and be like, whatever. And then Ratchet and Clank comes out and plays that, gets the platinum, and just like never touches it until the next Ratchet and Clank.
Pretty accurate, to be honest.
Or actually, probably the next Call of Duty, play it for like that first week and then stop.
I actually really like the M16. I used it like extensively, quite often. The M16,
sorry.
like that, and the MP5 was like the two things I used the most. I used
Yeah.
the Uzi. I didn't like it, and I'm not saying. I mean, I didn't think it. I'm not good with it. I'll be honest with you, it's because I'm not good with it. But I didn't like it also. But the MP5's bae for sure.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if what's the difference between Treyarch and Activision. I mean, Infinity Ward titles. But I've always had a keen for subs in Treyarch games, and then ARs in Infinity Ward. I don't know why. I just like them more. So like the Milano to me felt similar to the SOG in Black Ops 4, which was
that's your favorite.
So, like it just felt very reminiscent of the SOG, so I enjoyed it. The MP5 though kind of felt similar to the MP5 in Modern Warfare, not as busted because the time to kill is a lot slower in Cold War compared to Modern Warfare. Which definitely took some time getting used to, because like the first couple of matches, I would shoot someone and stop shooting thinking they were dead because of how quick it was in Modern Warfare, and then they kill me because I stopped shooting.
Oh yeah.
So
like you were saying, I've always been keen to subs in any game I play. So
I'm an AR whore, so I pretty much used only the M4 the entire beta and alpha.
I don't blame you. That was my assault rifle of choice.
That's why I was kind of just letting y'all go, because like literally I only use the M4 unless I picked up the AK, the AK-74U. I used a little bit, but
I did use the AK. It was the AK-47. I started using that towards the end of the beta that last weekend, and I gotta say it was actually pretty good too. So it seemed like everything was pretty good. Everything was
balanced.
Pretty balanced.
For a beta, like
I would say there's definitely some guns that like I preferred over others, but nothing really seemed to be like the best in its class. I mean, I guess like at the end of the day, you could definitely say like, the MP5 was probably the best of the subs. Yeah. The M16 was the best of the tac rifles. The Tundra was the better of the snipers. Yeah. Spaz was better shotgun, and then it might actually be a toss-up between the M4 and the Krig. I like the M4 more, but there was a lot of people using Krig.
There was a decent amount of both, I would say.
Yeah, so, there's definitely a best in class, but like I think there's a lot more viable guns, which could be good for competitive too, like watching the CDL and stuff. Like seeing different guns is definitely
they're probably gonna gentleman agreement and only use 2 guns.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely tac rifles and shotguns aren't gonna be there, and LMGs. But I mean, as far as like what AR and what sub sees play, like you might see probably some MP5s, some Milanos depending on the map, and then the same thing with the ARs. You might see more people. Maybe it's like Black Ops 4 where there's some people using the ICR. That's kind of like, well, it is 4v4, so it might be a little different. But maybe like, your main AR might be using the M4, and then like the flex might use the Krig or something like that. Something that's a little higher fire rate.
Yeah.
It would be cool.
Like the ICR /
It would be cool to see them do like the what you call M16 though, and just snipe each other across the map. But I know it'd be broken.
Oh Lord, I mean, it's possible. I mean, what was it? The M6 in Black Ops 3?
Yeah. M8.
M8. Yeah, I mean that was used, but
Well, the M8
might be a
was
little too
not
strong.
like the M16.
It was not as
the hell
busted.
no.
It was good if you had accuracy,
exactly. That's
but...
like that gun. Like if you weren't accurate, you had to hit like one burst, then one burst again, sometimes three bursts, depending on what was up. But yeah, it was.
Where M16, you burst once and
you see the
dead. As long as you were up above the waist, they were dead in one burst.
See, the thing was with the M16, whenever you put that, I think it was called the Marksman. There's a 20.2 barrel. When you put that on there, I noticed a difference in like range, obviously, and I noticed I was one bursting people very often from far away too. So I mean,
gotcha.
Like now when I didn't have that barrel, I find the gun wasn't as good. Like the fire rate one was all right, the one they give you more fire rate, but I mean, I don't know. That Marksman barrel seemed to be the best one.
The other thing that my biggest gripe also with the game is the way kill streaks work.
Yeah.
It's stupid. I don't like it. It needs to reset once you're dead. Also, I think the way it worked in Black Ops 4 was pretty perfect.
Yeah.
But you also got more points for scores, like score streaks instead of kill streaks. So it actually incentivized the player to play the objective. Because, I mean, I get it. It's a beta. It doesn't really matter. And people just want to have fun and, like, try to get as many kills as they want. But at the same time, it's like, I still like to play to win the match a lot of times. And, like, even though it's just a pub match and not, like, a ranked match or something. But, like, I was getting so pissed when, like, anyone can get a kill streak this way. So it really caters to the people who aren't that great because, like, over time, they just accumulate the points to use their skill
And then at the
streaks.
very end of the game, they just fuck in so much shit.
Yeah, and then at the end of the game, like, there's, like, 60 chopper gunners and helicopters coming out, and you're just like, dude, I can't do anything in the last 2 minutes.
I don't know what they were thinking when they made that change. I hope they change it back. I don't know if they will, but
maybe they wanted to be like, oh, we'll give everybody a chance to get score streaks, even if you suck.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that was just a beta thing, just so people can experience it, and then they'll change it come the full release. That's what I'm really hoping.
I saw
crossed.
Everybody bitch about it on Twitter, so like a lot of people.
Yeah, it needs to reset upon death.
I mean, that's how it's always been.
No
so like, I don't know why they would change it now. It's not a streak if you die. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. It's literally not a streak because it ends when
back in my day, you had to get 5 kills in a row to get a Predator missile.
Back in my day, you actually had to be good to get a chopper gunner. You actually had to get kills.
SMH.
But I like the way that it was implemented in 4, and I think MW3 was the first one to kind of implement the score streaks, although those were not really like utilized to actually get kills.
Yeah.
But just the fact that if you're on the hard point or you capture a flag or an area in domination, because they also changed the way domination works now. It's like an area of the map, not just
kind
a flag.
Like control.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a little smaller than a control area, but like
similar.
It's like like this whole room is the B flag instead of just this one flag in this one spot. So I kind of like that change, but you get more points doing that than you would if you just got 5 kills in a row. Like it actually incentivizes you to play the game, which I think is what they should incentivize their players to do: play the game, work together, and actually do the main objective.
You think, huh?
Not just get the kills, but whatever.
One thing that me and Chaz talked about that we liked, we were saying that they kept, like, they not copied, but they borrowed a bunch of elements from Modern Warfare, the actual good elements from Warfare that we liked, and one of them was the gunsmith.
The whole gunsmith
is awesome. It's very similar, and the good thing about it compared to Modern Warfare, it doesn't have as many negative downsides as Modern Warfare had. Modern Warfare, they had memes all over Twitter. Every attachment, aim down sight speed negative, aim down sight speed negative. Like
Yeah, dude, it pissed me off for sniping because
exactly.
everything lowered your
Exactly,
ADS.
and like for subs, it made me mad because you're trying to boost your range, go silent, get extra mags, and like you have ADS speed down, and you know what it did? It forced a lot of people to use no sight, and the people who really wanted to use a sight, they had to trade off.
I didn't have any sights on any of my guns in Modern Warfare.
Wait, what you said?
Except for like when it came to like Warzone,
right.
But even then, like. It was
exactly. But some people like to use sights, and if they didn't want that extra less ADS speed, they didn't, it forced them to. I didn't like that. But Cold War, I feel like they have it really good. Like the way the attachments work and the way the negatives work, I feel like they're not too much. And you could also press a little button to show all the little stats about like which went down, what went up. I think all of that is
it's a lot more in depth.
Yeah, I think it's perfect like that.
I really think they took like the good shit from Modern Warfare and just improved on it.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
Yeah, definitely. Also, no fucking doors.
Hey.
Oh yeah,
no fucking doors. Now I will say that Dirty Bomb game mode did, but like I said, it was also very Warzone-esque because it had like squads of 4 that you would like actually jump out of planes and stuff like that, like to respawn. So that makes sense. But which I have no problem with doors like in Warzone, but when it comes to normal 6v6 multiplayer, like. Don't put a fucking door that I have to open and close.
Yeah.
Please. So I'm glad that it's still there in Warzone where I feel like it's all right, and then it's not in multiplayer where it doesn't belong.
Yeah.
So I will say that.
I
guess that can also segue into the maps themselves. So the first one we'll talk about is actually probably the best map. Let's start on a good note. Or do you want to end on the good note?
I don't know. We disagree on maps, Cade, so we're gonna have to see what your list is.
You're right. That is true. Okay, well,
Let's
we'll
start with the worst
one
one.
that I think. Which
Miami.
One's the worst one for you? Cooper, what's your least favorite?
Why you guys putting me on the spot? I don't want to try. My least favorite would probably have to. Fuck.
There's Satellite, Moscow, Miami.
I know the names. I'm just thinking it's a toss off between Miami and Cartel. That would have been my least favorite.
Okay, mine's a toss up between Satellite and Miami. So let's do Miami.
Okay.
So Miami is a night map, which I think was it was the only map that was at night, and let's just say the map looked gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks cool.
The level design. It looked gorgeous. It looked perfectly fine. But when it comes to gameplay, night maps usually aren't the best just because the visibility is really low.
Piccadilly.
And it's
Piccadilly.
Well, Piccadilly is a whole nother mess in itself because the map was just terribly
And
designed.
it was a night map, so it's double whammy.
And it was night, so it was a double whammy. But yeah, so... Actually, I'll say overall, all 4 maps were pretty big for 6v6 maps.
Yeah, I agree. But me and you talked about that.
And I don't really know if it was something that they went into thinking they were going to do 5v5 for the CDL or if it was always going to be 4v4. But I think maybe only one of the 4 maps that they have is going to be playable competitively. At least I'm hoping because I didn't like 3 of the 4 maps that very much. But Miami.
I could see Moscow being competitive.
Moscow is the only one that I see being.
And honestly, that's the only one that everyone really liked a lot. Everybody else had their bad things to say. No one had anything bad to say about Moscow.
I have one gripe about Moscow, but I'll save that for when we talk about that map. So Miami, I guess y'all start off with what y'all got to say.
I mean, it was just hard to see people to me like at night, and that whole like upstairs area, people just camping hella hard back there and like
sniping, especially on domination.
Like the hotel, the big hotel with the balcony.
And then on the other side too, in that little bitty window, the other window they have on the other side. Me and my girlfriend played. Yeah. We were playing Miami 2 matches in a row, and we had this one person who would literally sit up there in that on the other side, not the hotel, the other side, and just snipe. Watch B and watch the center the entire game, it felt like they had a tack insert just kept going there, and they didn't have that in the game, but he was using it.
Oh, they didn't?
No, they didn't. He was using one though. He hacked it or something.
I felt like a default class.
No, I don't think so. It might have. I don't know, but it was fucking aggravating, and that was my problem with that map too. Like I just.
Yeah. So my biggest thing about that map was the center of the map was literally, obviously it was a battlefield because it's a fucking war game.
Right.
But like you just couldn't do anything in the middle of the map because there was always people overlooking it from three different areas, maybe four. Pretty much the balcony from the hotel. They had the window of that visitor center. They had that small little hotel with the bar by the boat sides and the parking garage that could look over it. And then also on the beach side, they had two different areas that you could look at it from that side too. And so like there was so many angles that you could see in the middle of the map that it made playing certain game modes like domination just like impossible to capture B. Like if you captured B first, like you just won basically, because it was super hard to get back into it if that was the case, because there was just so many ways to look at that site because it was so open. Other than that, I mean
we don't have to spend 20 minutes on each map, but like it just wasn't that good a map.
Other than that, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, like, I like the way it looked, like, as far as like I appreciated how beautiful it was with like the neons and stuff, like very old school Miami, like when you think of like Miami Vice type shit. Like it was a beautiful map, but definitely not my favorite. I think if it was just the visibility, if it was in daylight, I don't know if it made the map even better. I think overall it was just the layout of the map that just hurt it more so than anything. Mm-hmm. But let's move on to the next one. So what is y'all next worst map?
Cartel was me.
Yeah, Cartel. Only because of the bushes. Okay. The bushes ruined that map. I think it'd be a good map if it wasn't for the bushes.
I agree. I agree with
the
bushes
you.
Are
the
fucked
bushes
up.
In the middle is the worst thing ever. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention about game mechanics was two different things before we get into that map. One was the aim assist, which was stupid good. You didn't even have to really aim. Like the game aimed for you if you were ADS'd on someone. Like there was a clip online that someone was jumping up like in a doorway, and someone, like, it was two people that like they knew each other and they were just showing it off. Like this person was like aimed on a guy, like on his chest, and then like the guy was just jumping up and down in the doorway, and you could see the guy's hand on his controller. It wasn't touching the stick at all, except for like to hold the trigger down to aim, and the gun was just moving up and down following the guy.
Damn.
So that was a whole nother thing. So that made the bushes even worse because it would just snap onto people that were behind the bushes even though you couldn't see them. The other thing was, which is more so of a personal thing, I guess, is jump shotting was nerfed compared to Modern Warfare and Black Ops 4. So that was kind of the meta in a sense for those two, was like jump shotting. Like in a gunfight, you would be shooting and jumping at the same time. Right. Well, Cold War does something a little differently, I guess. Whenever I don't really know the ins and outs of it, but it would basically, like, the gun would basically kind of like follow your body instead of like staying aimed down or something. I don't like I said, I don't really know the ins and outs, but it made the jumping a little more inaccurate compared to Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare. So again, that being secondhand nature, after doing that for 50% of my gunfights probably for the last 2 years, that I lost so many gunfights because I was jumping and just missing bullets completely, and they were either strafing or drop shotting, which drop shotting seems like that's probably gonna be a thing, because there's even I think a fucking grip or something like that assists drop shots.
Drop shot grip.
So it seems like they're focusing more on that, making jump shotting not being a thing. So it's either going to be drop shots or strafing. So I did want to say that because that was something else that I forgot to mention earlier on. But back to Cartel. So like we were saying, the map wasn't so bad. It was more so the bushes in the middle were just thick to where, and like they were like eye level, so you couldn't see over them, you couldn't see through them, and I think that was the real big issue. If hypothetically, if they were to move that, because there was a hard point and a dom flag on that truck by the bushes, I'm trying to think like what they would do. Maybe put it by the watchtower if like they would remove those bushes, but then that area with the bushes, I think maybe they can make it less thick or shorter to where you could see over it. So that way people could still be like prone behind it, but like you couldn't see, like you were standing up and you couldn't see anybody,
it's horrible.
You know? So I think that might be the two ways to fix that.
Like, there's maybe one or two other parts of the map I wasn't crazy about. Like, the whole rock section's kind of weird, too, because there's certain angles where you can't see
river
people good and stuff. And, like, it's just... I mean, we're all talking about stuff that won't get changed, but I'm just going to bitch about it anyway, I guess.
Might as well. It's our impressions, dude.
You're right.
Tell us how you really feel, man.
Yeah, you're right.
But, again, that map was just a little too big in some areas. Like, what I think all these maps really suffered was like the spawn areas were really big for no reason whatsoever. There was just a lot of dead space back there that served no purpose. I don't know why. So like there was a whole like junkyard kind of area that you spawned in on one side of the map, and the other map was like, it kind of reminds me of what was the level in Black Ops 3? It was like that farm with the was it Fringe?
Yeah.
Started with an F,
Fringe.
I think. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of that, where like you would cross a bridge and then you would be in the level, but then like there was actually like a whole area behind that bridge, and then like you would go to the right and there was like another, like the continuation of the river, and then like some banana trees and shit back there that led to like the car service station or whatever. Yeah. So like I don't know, there's just there was a lot that could I think just been like minimalized in size. But I will say Cartel was another map that was played on that ground war map, so that might be why. It might be one of those hybrid maps.
Yeah, probably so.
You can play 6v6 and 12v12, so I don't know.
Now let's move on to the map that you two have beef on.
Okay, so I fucking...
Oh shit, I was muted. Fuck.
Oh, you had anything to say about
No,
Cartel
I just
Test?
said that you're fucking stupid and Satellite's a good map.
Dude.
Here the beef starts.
Dude, it's a good pub stopping map.
Satellite.
Just don't get mad because you suck, Cade.
I hate Satellite, dude. I hate it with a passion. Because it's so easy to spawn trap.
That's
and there was
the
so
fun
many
part.
times, especially
Not if it's
okay,
getting done to you,
so
though.
let's take a
It's
step
like
back.
Bog and COD 4. It's fun when you're winning.
Hold on. Actually, yeah, it's exactly Bog, which I think Bog is
Bog
overrated.
is the shit, Cade. Don't even start.
Bog is only liked because of the spawn, how easy it was to spawn trap on that one side.
Hell
of the
yeah.
map. If you were on that side of the map, you were fucked. If you were on the other side, best map ever.
Pretty much.
Right? Okay, it's the same situation with this map. One side of the map is way better than the other. But playing normal like TDM and kill confirmed is very different than trying to play domination or hardpoint on this map. I'll say that. Hardpoint, not a bad map. Domination, terrible.
Bro.
Terrible.
You tripping, dude. I think it's a good dom map.
Let's take another step back, though. Let's take a step back. Okay. As we had mentioned earlier, we had talked about how easy it is to get kill streaks, correct?
Yeah, if they fix the kill streak shit, it's gonna be way better.
Where do you go to save yourself from a chopper?
Dude, they got caves.
Or an attack helicopter?
Yeah, they got caves. Yeah, you know what?
They got caves. They got broken airplanes.
Okay, there's like one cave on the desert side that might be okay. Where are you? And then like a flag for domination. That's like the only two caves. Other than that, you're in the open.
Well, you got me to shoot down the chopper gunner.
Yeah, dude, that's what Cooper's there for.
Okay, well, I guess granted, you need one person on your team at least to always have a fucking
always
RPG
use
or some
launchers,
shit.
dude.
But you got to think about it. No one's running RPGs in beta. Like people
Cooper
are
was.
just trying to just fucking do whatever. But okay, so anyway, when you're on Seaside, which is the desert side, so there's the one that like you rappel down like at the pregame lobby, which is A side, and then C side is the desert where you drive in on the dune buggies. That side fucking sucks to be on. C side is the worst. There's so many ins and outs to C side that it is nearly impossible to break to try to get towards B to capture in domination.
I don't know. I had a good time.
Look, I tell you this. Look, okay, let me calm y'all down for a second. Here's my outtake on the map.
Also, the desert dunes is just a sniper's
Yeah,
paradise
you should
where
like that.
No matter where you're at.
Exactly.
Huh?
You should like that.
No, I don't.
But do you like camping with a sniper?
I really don't. Well, it's a difference between if you're sniping, like,
or getting sniped.
There's like a sniper or two per team, but you're playing like on a team of 6, there's like 5 snipers on a team, and they're all in the fucking desert. Or they're on B, like with the broken down aircraft, sniping people from literally every direction. If you're on the middle of the map, B, crash site, you can see everyone. Make sense now?
It does. I get what you're saying, but let's take a break and let me tell you my outlook on the map.
It's just not balanced.
Look,
it's like there's just so many power. Like B is just a power position for the whole map. It's not just a power point for like 1 or 2 alleyways. It covers the whole map.
I agree with you.
And then the desert is another power position that covers a whole nother side of the map.
I agree with Cade and Chaz, but here's my take is that if you're getting shit on that map, use an M16. And if you're sniping and you're getting shit on,
you're not wrong.
If you're sniping and you're getting shit on, snipe back, or if you can't do that, use an M16 or use the SKS semi-auto.
See, probably the biggest flaw is because the snipers don't have flinch, so that's what makes it even worse.
I agree with you there. Yeah.
So if they fix flinch, it probably won't be that bad.
I'm not trying to like throw shade at anybody at all because I'm not good at sniping, but I think sniping's easy in this game, mainly for the fact of the flinch.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I didn't have fun games on the map. I had some fun games, but overall, my experience with the map was pretty fucking poor. Overall, but there was some fun maps I did play. There was some fun matches. I think it just really depended on the game mode. Like I said, Hardpoint was pretty fun on that map. Domination was just pitiful. TDM and Kill Confirmed. I mean, it's kind of like that in every map where people are just gonna go where the most people are going. Which really I would just try to play the power position of the crash site. That's usually where I always went to, just because I felt like if you controlled that, you controlled the whole fucking map. Like, because you could see the desert, you could see caves, you could see A, you could see everything. Everything was right there. So and that's one of those maps that's like, how do you fix it? I don't really know. Maybe fix like where you spawn. I don't know. There's just a lot of like people would just kind of just chill in the cave and then spawn trap you at C. A wasn't as bad to break out of spawn traps. Like there was like that one way going up left side going towards like crash site. But I mean, other than that, it wasn't that bad. I mean, you maybe had the desert that was kind of a pain in the ass, but you can always like rush up the middle. I don't know. I didn't like it.
All right, moving on to the good map though.
But the best map by far was Moscow.
Wow.
Which obviously was a Russian inspired
I was about to say, how could it
This one felt like a Call of Duty map.
Yeah.
You had your 3 lanes. It was pretty balanced on both sides. I will say the spawn areas were also very big and spacious that didn't need to be. So, there's that downside about it. There was like
one gonna say the same.
Or 2 hard points that were kind of weird that I think they kind of need to fix. But other than that, best map in the game by far.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing as you earlier when we started. Well, I was gonna wait to talk about Moscow. I was gonna say the spawn areas were a little bit too big, and they were like strangely big. Like you were kind of like, what the fuck is why?
And the thing that irritates me about this compared to other Call of Duties where you could spawn trap is that you could literally camp in the spawn, and people would just spawn right there by you. Because like the spawn areas were so huge, like on Moscow. So I'm trying to think of which side it was. C side. So not A where they had like that fountain area, but the other one which was more like on the street. Like they had that whole building that you can just hide in.
Yeah.
And then also they had like the other little green room that you can go in and out of. That there was like the building that overlooked the courtyard by Metro, and then the other side was like where you spawned. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, that whole building you can just like chill in and just see everyone spawn in if you just look out that window. And then also if you just went all the way into the backside of the map, like you can just literally watch people spawn up in front of you. So, it is what it is. But I think it was definitely the best map.
Oh, definitely.
But I think the spawns might need a little fixing here and there. So I mean, what's y'all thoughts on Moscow?
I really liked it, man. It's definitely the best out of the 4 maps that I
No
played.
doubt.
I'm hoping a lot more of the game are like this map.
For
but
sure.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like you said,
Yeah,
Cade,
and, like-
it felt like a COD map, you know?
Yeah.
It did. It felt like Call of Duty. You had your 3 lanes. You had street. You had the middle metro, and then you had the right side. I don't really know what you call the right side.
the like upper area, like
Yeah, but like it felt natural. Like it felt reminiscent of an original COD, like a normal COD game, like a COD map. And then like you had your intersections as well, but it wasn't like a Modern Warfare intersection. In a way, like there was like 10 different entry points.
No. This is definitely going to be one of the main
Specifically,
comp
like-
maps for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. The funniest thing about that map was like whenever it was in like the list to like vote, it was like this and like satellite, and then I remember one dude got fucking pissed because we voted for Moscow. It was like 4-1 or something like that, and he was so pissed that it was Moscow. He was like, "How do y'all vote Moscow? It's the worst fucking map. Y'all don't use satellite." And then just like
What?
quit. Like he's probably the dude that just kind of either just chills in the desert with a sniper the whole game, or like sits in the fucking broken down aircraft.
That's
the whole game.
crazy. I can't believe someone would say that.
I know. I was like, honestly, we're not the crazy ones, dude. I was like, you the
Yeah, because
crazy
on
guy.
Twitter,
Wanted satellite over
it was a
Moscow.
unanimous decision to see what maps they liked, and definitely Moscow was one, and Satellite and Cartel and Miami were not maps people liked that much.
I'd take Miami any day over Satellite, to be honest. Unless it's Hardpoint. Hardpoint Satellite, I will say, is better than Miami's. That's a whole different discussion.
Overall, beta was super good. I'm super excited for the full
I
game.
enjoyed it. It makes me more confident in the final product than I was for Modern
Absolutely.
Warfare.
Definitely.
Oh my God, it was 10 million times the beta Modern Warfare had.
Because we can actually unanimously say that we liked it. Whereas like Modern Warfare, Cooper, you kind of liked it. I was kind of like on the fence, and then
I'll
Chaz
put it
was
to
just
you
like,
this way:
nah.
I love the beta for some reason, and then I did not like the game that much. It's strange. I don't know.
Yeah, I knew from playing the beta that it wasn't going to be pretty.
Like
Well, here's the thing too: was
the
that
beta was
Infinity Ward did absolutely fucking no changes throughout the whole entire history of the game. Like it's pretty much been the same since the beta.
They had changed very minor things about Gunsmith.
They tweaked some guns, and even then, the guns are still OP. Like the 725 's still dumb
Yeah,
good.
I mean, there were minor changes like that they did.
Same thing with the grip on the MP5, like the Merc grip or whatever that everyone
Yeah.
used. Like it's still a good grip, even though it nerfed just a little
Yeah.
bit. But they didn't change much. Whereas you can see that you can actually feel and notice a difference between the Black Ops Alpha to the beta. So it was like, okay, I see the progression here, and then it'll change come launch. Now I'm assuming launch might be very similar to the beta just because of how close the windows are. But I feel very confident that Treyarch will tweak it as it goes, because they've always done tweakings with their weapons and stuff like that. I mean, thinking about Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3 even, like there was 2 really good guns. Like the SOG was stupid broken. Same thing with, what was it, the Vector or Vesper in Black
Vesper.
Ops 3? Yeah, where they tweaked them to where they were still good, but they weren't
Yeah.
overpowered. To where like they were still stoppable, whereas like before they were just busted. So they tweak stuff. They actually go in and they actually listen to the community. So I'm looking forward
Oh,
to it.
absolutely.
And I'm looking forward to the new CDL season as well to watch that, because that looks
Optics
fun.
back.
Also shout out to
Hey,
Nade Shot coming back to the league, dude.
Optics back, 100 Thieves is back. Shit's looking good.
Dude, it's gonna be wild.
Those
It's gonna be
matches are gonna be
wild.
so fun. I don't know who I'm gonna root for.
Hell yeah.
I'm
I'm rooting for everyone except for Paris, because they don't have a team right now.
fuck you, Paris.
Fucking Paris, dude. But yeah, I mean, so Surge is looking cool. Optic, Thieves, or Chicago, I should say. Thieves, Minnesota, Empire. Like, there's a lot of good teams right now. Like there's a lot of good players on the teams, which is, I guess, different to see than last season, where there's a lot of like I mean, it was good for like up and coming talent, but there was only like 3 really top tier teams, where now it looks like anyone can take it. Like, they all look solid.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a fun year, and I think I'm looking forward to the game. Looking forward to watching that season. I think overall it's gonna be a good year for Call of Duty.
We have a lot to look forward to. So things are looking up finally. Thank you, Treyarch.
Yep.
Hell
Thank you,
yeah,
Treyarch.
Wunderhard. Thank you. But all right, well, that will do it for this episode. We'll try to get another one in as soon as possible. Try to get back on track as much as we can. It's just working out the schedule with our work schedules, which is the biggest issue. But hey, we'll get the content out as we can. But we really wanted to make sure all 3 of us were on this podcast because, as I said at the beginning, it was our 1-year anniversary. And it was just good to have all 3 of us for this one, since we started with all 3 of us, come full circle, 365 days, and hopefully we'll have another year. We'll be talking about the next Call of Duty in the 2-year anniversary.
Oh God, we'll be old by then.
I mean, we'll still be in our 20s, dude.
Oh,
I'm already old now, so I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're old, man.
You're an old souls. But all right. Well, we'll catch you guys next time. Again, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us on
No.
channel.
Fuck that. Smash that like button. Ding, ding, y'all.
There you
Hey.
go. And also, if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, don't forget to smash that
button.
subscribe button as well. It's completely free. You don't have to spend a single cent, but it helps us out. It helps us get out there into the aether of people trying to find the podcast and listening and joining along. So, with nothing else to do, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Later.
Peace.
Wait, the last time we recorded a podcast, didn't they not even have the PS5 announced?
Correct.
That's hilarious.
Oh, and also,
The last time, what was the last podcast?
we also barely knew anything about Cold War or whatever.
Yeah. Dude, I can't even think of what the last podcast was. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
In fucking July or some shit.
No, dude, it had to be after that. Let me see.
No, it was Ghost. I'm telling you. Ghost was the last one, and we were supposed to follow up with a review for it because we did impressions.
True that. Yeah.
Oh, because the next podcast was supposed to be the Marvel Avengers impressions and the Alpha, I think, or something like that.
Oh. I fucking bought
Because
Avengers
those were,
and
the
never
same
played
weekend or
it.
something.
Yeah, me too. I played the beta and I just didn't really like it that much, so I said fuck it. I just didn't play it.
Yeah, I didn't end up getting it, but I wasn't really planning on getting it.
I'm a bad
anyway.
person.
Oh, it was Tony Hawk and Marvel. That was the same weekend.
Oh, okay.
The both betas were the same weekend. That's what it was. And we were supposed to talk about both of those. And we never
R.I.P.
did. And then we were supposed to talk about Call of Duty. But it's all good. We back
We're
on
here
track.
now.
We good. I mean, we're about 2 weeks late on this one, but it's all good.
We're gonna have to
Still relevant.
record podcasts as whenever we're playing games, because that's probably the only time we're gonna have. Whenever the PS5 comes out,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
because we could definitely play and just not bitch about dying and record a podcast.
It would get my mind off of about dying 20,000 times.
Exactly.
For bullshit reasons, mostly. Not my incompetence.
Yeah, never.
It's always someone else's fault or the game's fault, bro. All right. Well, y'all ready to dive into
I'm
it?
ready to dive.
You can say I'm ready to die. Yeah, me too.
No.
I'm ready to die, bro. All right. In 3, 2, 1.